Okay, let's look at I am looking at the EL place value practice number 2, and we're looking at the third number. And how is this number written? What is the form that this number is written in? Kaden?
Expanded.
Expanded form. And sometimes I find it challenging and other people find it challenging too. I know because I have seen students feel challenged by this for a long time to figure out exactly where each of these numbers goes. So here's a little hint that I have. And on your IXL, I noticed that the numbers weren't always in order, like the greatest to least. Like this is real nice and handy for you because they put the biggest number first and the smallest number last. That biggest number isn't always first, so we need to watch for that, okay? So let's look and find our biggest number, and how many digits are in that biggest number? Ella?
7.
7. And so what I like to do is this. And there is one like this on the post test, and it is often the most missed question on the post test, which is why I am showing you this strategy so that you can not miss it on your post test. Okay, if your paper is, I've called last call like 4 times. Go get one out of the extras. Okay, if your paper is on your desk, your feet are on the floor, you're sitting up nice and tall. Look at Addie. Okay, look at her. She looks like she's ready to learn. Okay, Avery looks like she's ready to learn. Look at these girls. Okay, let's be in the learning position. Okay. The reason I think this is important is because this is usually the most missed question on the post test. So please listen to the hints and advice that I'm giving you about answering this question. Okay, so number 3, we should have 7 dashes. I like to separate them by commas. I think the commas help me to know where the numbers go. So our biggest number is 6 million, so I'm going to put a 6 in the millions place. Then my next one is 500,000. Now look at it has 1 comma in it after 3 digits. So I need to come to that spot in my dashes and fill it in with a 5. Now my next number is 8,000, and this is where people get tripped up. See how the 8 comes right before the last comma? It doesn't go here, okay? And this is where people get mixed up. So make sure that you're putting it in the correct place. And then I have 200, so that's the 3rd digit in from the right. And then I have 7, which needs to go in the ones place. Is that the correct answer? Did I write it in standard form?
No, you need 2 zeros.
I need to fill in these blanks with zeros, and that is what kids will often forget if they don't put the blanks down. So even if you think that you're the math monster or that you're just like so great at always doing this, if you will just make those blanks there, it will help you to not make mistakes. So now that we have this number written out in standard form, who can read that number for me? I want to see lots of hands. I want to see lots of hands in the air trying to read this number. Cordelia, let's hear it.
6,508,207. Wait, no, and.
Good job, you caught yourself. I think she said it right. Let's all say it together. 6,508,207. And let's go ahead and write that number name. 6 million, comma. Remember, we put the comma in the word form just like in the number form. 508,000. And again, we need a comma. 207. And it is really hard not to say that word "and" when we have those zeros in there. We want to say 207 or 508, but we cannot put that "and" in there. Who can remind me why we don't use the word "and" in those problems? Ryan?
Because it doesn't have the word and in it.
Well, but why? What does "and" mean in math? Lily? And is when there's a decimal point. We say and when there's a decimal point. So 207 is really this. And that's something totally different than this. Okay, so please make sure that we don't say the word and unless we see a decimal point. Okay, what digit is in the hundreds place? Harper. 2. What is the place value of the 8? I want everyone to circle the word place. And go ahead and write place on the line. What's the place value of the 8? Dane. Thousands place. Fill that in. Include the word place. It helps us to make sense of our answer. What is the value of the 6? Ella.
6 million.
6 million. And it has to be written as a number. Values are numbers. They're not words. We need to write it as a number. 6 million. Okay, I'll give you just a minute to finish writing that down.